Boss. How much time we got? Got 10 minutes here, real quick.
We got 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, well, awesome. Well, what an awesome call, man. I mean, like, being on here with you, Jim, is just a pleasure and an honor. I just watched what you've done when you came into the business. I mean, like, everybody knows how awesome you are, not only in the business, but just as a human being. And we connected on so many levels. I know we had a chance to spend time at the 1:30 event and have some pretty awesome char grilled oysters, right? And really get to know you and stuff. So, guys, man, a lot of people talk about my story when I first got started, how I wrote 85,000 in 6 weeks and recruited 69 agents. And it was just a different company, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say we walked up the hill both ways to school in the snow barefoot, but it was just different. It was a different build. It was tough to do warm market. We couldn't go out there. So we had to finagle. But one of the biggest things, Jim, I know you're a proponent of. What I look back and I was looking at talking to Brad and unfortunately can't talk to Matt anymore because he passed away. And I was looking about, well, how do we grow our agency so fast? We went from 1 million to 2 million to 4 million to 8 million to 12 million. And within 5 years, I had $1 million a year passive income, and I was an equity partner in 3.5. And that's not saying to brag. It's just saying, okay, what is it that we were doing? Because obviously my team was not growing at the same speed as it was back then. And to me, it's like, that doesn't make sense. It's like I'm riding around on a bicycle and one of those, things that you jump on. Remember those little pogo sticks? And all of a sudden now we're in Lamborghinis. It's like, what's happening? And I started to kind of break it down and started talking to Edward and Brad and Matt. And one of the things that we did so well in the beginning, and COVID just made me lazy, I'll be honest. COVID happened and all of a sudden it's like, I don't got to leave the house. Oh, I don't got to go out and meet people. Right. And that was me personally. I'm not saying it made everyone lazy, but it just got really comfortable just to sit at home and to do Zoom calls like this and to do everything else. And what we started to look at and realize, and it was funny because God does things in mysterious ways. And I got a YouTube video that popped up, and there was this entire scientific study about the way the brain works and the way the brain learns in an immersive environment. And it was talking about interaction and being involved in the five senses. I'm not going to go through the whole, 111, page document that I printed off and everything else. But what I started to realize was this was really crazy, Jim. It said that being in a room, right? This is great. This is awesome. But being in a room, whether it be a fall tour that we just did yesterday, whether it be Ignite that's coming up, whether it be conference, but being in that room, in that immersive environment, triggers your five senses, trigger the emotional connections, but it increases your learning by 50%, Jim. 50%. This is the study. I didn't do this study, right? 50% learning. So I look back and I go, what did we do? Well, every 90 days we were in a room. Every 90 days we were in a room. We had our people come in the room and we sat on stage. There wasn't no glitz and glamour. It wasn't about I'm broke and now I'm rich, although that's awesome. But we just sat there and we broke down. Okay, great. Let's do dial team. Let's hear people on the phones. Let's figure out how to do case design. And once we do the case design, how are we going to set up? You have a 55-year-old female, 55-year-old male, and they have a $500,000 house. It's going to cost them $800. But how do you even design that case, right? And how about the objections on the phone? How do you get really good? Because most of us at that point, Jim, we were all working bonus leads. I worked bonus leads for a year. Because back then you had certain demographics where you could get leads based upon people who purchased or refinanced the house. And either you were in line for those leads or you were way back in the back where you didn't know if you ever gonna get those leads. So we had to get really good at bonus leads. So we had to figure out how do we lead people to make leading questions when someone goes, well, I'm all set, or I already took care of it, or I'm not interested. And all we're like, and there's all, that's exactly why I'm calling. That was great. But how do we get it to where we have a competitive advantage? Where I can say, hey, wait, before you hang up, I don't think you want 100 people calling you for the next 6 months, but here's the thing. Spend 30 seconds with me. I promise I'll personally never call you back again. So when you say you're all set, it usually means one or three things. It means you're upped your coverage at work. You sat down with someone like myself. You either, saw a policy or put one in place, right? Or you sold your house. Which one was it? And we started to realize, hey, 70% of the people started engaging and having conversations, which gave us an advantage to be able to set appointments. So we did that. We talked about tap rooting and how to build a team and how to take cold market to warm market. And what we did, it was an interactive workshop environment, Jim, where we all got to sit around and be coached and be able to do what we were teaching and stumble through it and practice it and come out a lean, mean recruiting and selling machine. So we simply put, we decided to do it again. Edward Pritchett and I got on the phone and Brad, and unfortunately Brad can't be there, but we figured out, hey, who can we snag? Who else can we snag to get involved in this event that is performing at a high level? And obviously the first person that came to our mind was who? Dylan Crane. Actually, it wasn't. It was Jim Larson. And Jim Larson, who I texted and was so excited about coming, has another, I guess, conflict of interest, which I understand where he already has something set up, which is family oriented, which this is family comes first, guys, and we completely understand. So, although it's slightly disappointing, possibly when we do it next year, we'll be able to get him on the slate, but call Dylan Crane up. And so Dylan Crane's going to be there, and myself's going to be there, and Edward Pritchett's going to be there. And we have seven-figure money earners that have done referrals that are going to be there. And we have Jumpstart Go that's going to teach you how to do social media is going to be there. And we have Level Up Leads where I'm helping them design an IUL lead where I just bought about $1,000 of leads and wrote about 40 grand in about a week and a half off of that lead. So all we're doing is, guys, we're coming in together, and it isn't for everybody. And what I mean by that is, you want to consult with your upline. Are you in a situation where you want to come to a workshop? Is it for everybody? Yes. Is it for a brand new agent? Yes, because why would you not? If you're going to go to, I always say, if you're going to go to law, if you want to be a lawyer, what do? Go to law school, right? If you want to be a doctor, where do you go? Medical school. But where do you go when you want to be an insurance agent? Yes, we have all this stuff online and we have all this training and it's great. But if I could have a cheat code and accelerate my learning and look at neuroscience and go, just by being in a room in that immersive environment, I increase my learning from not only me and myself, but also my agents by 50%. Why not? So we're going to be doing that in Dallas on the 15th and 16th. I'll show you real quick. Actually, you can just go right to your Quility page. Go to your Quility page. It's the 15th and 16th. This is not, if I can share my screen real quick, Jim. This is not one of those buy now, get one free, or act now, or it's forever gone. But we are limiting it to a couple hundred people because we want to keep it a workshop environment, right? We want to keep it a workshop environment. So we're limiting it to a couple hundred people. And I'll show you real quick. If you just go to the Quility events page, hold on a minute. Oh boy, I got my all sorts of stuff up here. Yeah, go to the Quility's event page. And if you go right down here, you can see Mission Dominate. And you can just hit learn more, right? And then you'll see all these people that are going to be here. We're going to have an accountant there. A lot of times people go, oh, I don't want to give you accounting advice because I'm not an accountant. And then you realize, okay, great. Why not just bring an accountant in the room that's been doing this for, 5, 6, 7 years that can talk to the brand new agent or the other agent, about running a business and chargebacks and how they work and operate, and realize that, hey, if you're taking money to pay your car payment from your business generated funds, you're embezzling funds, you're stealing from your business. So we have an awesome lineup. It's going to be 2 days. You're going to be working. Bring your laptop, right? Bring your brain so you can be starting to work. And what I'm going to do, I have a quick 4-minute video here. I'm just going to show this to you. I think it's going to kind of sum it up what SWAT is, what it's for, Jim, and then I'll wrap it up and hand it back to you. So hopefully this plays. Jim, if you can just text me, because I'm on my laptop outside. My wife and her cousin went out late last night, so I'm sequestered to the porch. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. All right, Jim, on my text message. So here we go. Let me play this for you real quick, and we'll be done.
What exactly is SWAT? Strategic Wealth Accumulation Tactics. That's what it stands for, and I get questioned all the time, how'd you come up with that, or where did that come from? And I'll tell you. In my 20s, guys, I was told, like a lot of us were, go to school, get good grades. The better grades you get, the better job you're gonna get. And one day, if you put your head down and you do what you're told, you'll retire and live a happily forever life. And you guys told the same thing? How's that working out for a lot of people? See, I went to college like I was told to do, and I ended up dropping out twice. And I'll never forget, in my 20s, I was drugged down to this meeting. And there's a bunch of people that were sitting there, and we pitched on a business opportunity. And there are people that were average, that achieved above average results. Preschool teachers earning millions of dollars, pot and pan, door-to-door salesmen earning millions of dollars, social workers, you name it, bartenders, who achieved a successful life financially, spiritually, mentally, physically. And I was enamored by it. I was in awe of it. I wasn't that attracted to the opportunity itself, or the vehicle, so to speak, but I was like, man, what do these people know that I don't know? And I'll never forget, they wheeled in the TV. I know I'm dating myself here, guys. And it had a VCR on it, right? And they popped the little VHS tape in there and hit play. There's a gentleman that came on the screen. And he had his arms folded back. And he had a car behind him, probably cost about $500,000. Leaning back and goes, destiny. It's not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. And where will you be the next 5 years if you keep doing what you've been doing? And where could you be in the next 5 years if you follow the man that built the track, who brought other people down that track, and they wound up immensely successful? Where could you be if you just did what they did? And where will you be if you keep doing what you've been doing? and a light bulb went off in my head. And I didn't have many people that came into my life who was earning that type of income, who helped other people, teaching them the same techniques that he knew to earn that type of income, who was willing to teach me. And I got involved in the opportunity, guys, and I started going to the training and I started learning techniques that changed my life. Isn't it funny that most of us are told to go to college and we'll spend 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 on a college degree? And I'm not saying school's bad, guys, but if you look at the statistics, 86% of the people that graduate from school, college, don't even use the degree that they got. And even the ones that they do, if you want to go to become a doctor, you go to medical school, don't you? And you don't go, hey, I watched 5 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, I'm ready. Open heart, let's go. If you want to become a lawyer, you go to law school, right? If you want to become a pilot, you go to flight school. But we want to become successful in this industry, what school do we go to? We go take an exam, we pass our exam, we get our insurance license, and now we're ready to go because we watched 3 episodes of how to be an insurance agent? And what's ironic about this business versus these other careers that people look up to, you're a doctor, you're going to 4 years of college, you're going to 4 years of medical school, you're in a residency, and then if you actually become a specialist, you're only making about $200,000 to $300,000 a year, and the average doctor's making about $100,000 to $200,000 a year. After they spent $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 of money to get that education. Now get this, and I have a lot of friends that are doctors, guys. They live in my neighborhood. We go out to dinner together. But the better you get, the harder you have to work. If you're an attorney, the more clients you get, the harder you have to work. And in this business, the better that you get, the less you have to work. But yet so many people aren't willing to spend 2.5 days to invest in their future. And we have people in this industry that you're going to get to hear from who are earning that kind of money on a monthly basis, guys. Strategic Wealth Accumulation Tactics is a training program that's put together to specialize in the insurance industry to teach you what you need to know to have success and earn a 7-figure income. The information I learned from my mentor, 2 things that changed my life was, hey, what if I could show you a way that from the moment you meet somebody within 30 seconds or less, you know the proper way to deliver the information to them in the language that they speak, in the tone they respond best to, so they don't confuse the message with the messenger, so they accept it, understand on it, and most importantly, take action. That skill changed my life. It helped me earn a 7-figure income in 3 separate industries. Getting involved in this business in less than 36 months, I made over $1 million, and I'm not saying it to brag, guys. I'm saying that that information, that techniques that I learned that are going to be taught at the SWAT training allowed me to be able to do that no matter what the product, no matter what the service. He also taught me if you can create a realization in the mind of a buyer that they need what you have, they'll buy anything that you sell. Those are 2 of the dozens and dozens of techniques that I was able to learn that had my entire life transformed and changed through the applicable strategic wealth accumulation tactics. Strategic wealth accumulation tactics, guys. It's happening in Dallas, Texas. Time is running out. We're almost right around the corner to the event. We want to see you there, guys. And I'll ask you a question. If you're willing to go out and spend 4 years of your life with 0 opportunity to make any money, and tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an education that most of us aren't even using, wouldn't it be worth 2.5 days for you to go out there and learn everything that you need to learn? And we have a whole other lineup of speakers, guys, I didn't even mention that are going to be there, on how to have a successful business in the business that you're in. Because I know one thing, guys, opportunities are never lost. They just go to those who take advantage of it. And your seat will be filled. This event will sell out. The question is, will you be in that seat or with someone else? Hope to see you guys there. Your life will change, I promise.
All right, so you guys can go down here. You can click on it again. You just go to Quility Events, click on Mission Dominate. There'll be the different ticket levels here. We have 50 tickets left. Again, it's not one of those, we got to act now, but we did a big event with 300-400 people in Dallas. A lot of people interested to go, but we want to keep it a small environment. It's going to be in the Courtyard Marriott here in Dallas. There's ticket information down here. You'll have the schedule. It's Saturday and Sunday. We're doing something special for Friday night for the higher ticket levels. Again, guys, we don't make money on these events. We pour every dollar back into your experience. So you're paying for an experience. The general ticket's fine. You're in the room. You'll be learning and stuff. It's $297. We are, for people that maybe be tight a little bit, they can put $156 down payment. In 2 weeks, we'll charge them the rest. You got a VIP ticket. And then I wouldn't worry about the top ticket. That's for the special ops. We go to my house. We have a mastermind, and you're able to sit up front. You're able to do all this extra stuff. But again, it's for an experience, right? You're paying for an experience, and any money that we have left over, we don't always donate to charity, because to me, Jim, if I'm standing on stage going, hey, you can accomplish what we can do, or Edward is, or anybody else, and we just made 100 grand on an event and went out and bought a new Mercedes, we're lying. We're a fraud. Because you can't do what we do. Like, you can fill a room for a couple hundred people and make money. Does that make sense? So we opened up the books to Quility. Quility is going to be there. Jeff Sigworth, we're going to be doing case designs with IULs, Debt-Free Life. Grant Lieber is going to be doing high-level training on the leads. So it's going to be a working environment, right? It's just going to be a classroom. Think about it like a, what do you call it? Breakout for 2 days, right? So I'm very, very excited about that. And we wanted to open up to you guys. And, we got 50 tickets left for that. And then we're going to knock it out of the park. So I appreciate being on here and having a chance to kind of talk about it and explain it. If I had more time, I'd love to pour into some training and stuff, guys, but I don't want to hijack your calls. So I'll turn it back to you, Mr. Larson. Happy Halloween to all those that celebrate and have a good time this evening with your children and everything else. So appreciate being on here. Love to see a lot of you guys come to Dallas. We're excited about that. If not, we're going to definitely see you at Ignite. Right. And for all those that aren't here yet, we're going to definitely see you at conference. But, one of the things, Jim, I think that you were awesome at too in the previous businesses that you did was just building from event to an event, getting people to that event, getting them to learn the skills necessary to succeed, and keeping their fire lit, so to speak. I mean, people don't go to church every week, Jim, to get saved. They go there because they're around like-minded people that are going through the same struggles, and they're learning from the same word of God, and they're doing the same things. But there's a difference between going to church and there's a difference between going to a Bible study or a men's group, right? This is more of the Bible study men's group. We're going to get really down and gritty, really dirty into the science of how to do this business. Those 2 things I taught, I'm not taking credit in any way, shape, or form for Dylan, but those 2 things I taught Dylan in the very beginning, and obviously it helps skyrocket it. So if I can help share that, it has to be in an immersive environment to really teach that skill so your subconscious mind can be programmed. But so we're real excited, Jim, and we're real excited about this event coming up in 2 weeks. So I'll hand it back to you, boss.
Yeah, man, I love it so much. I want you guys put a 2 in the comments if you feel like your business is stuck. And we talk about this on this group a lot. Every single person that feels like their business is stuck, I'm going to ask you every day, what are you doing to get unstuck? And I brought Nate in here to offer a very clear and real opportunity to get unstuck in person. If I was in a position where I was stuck and I saw the potential of what this could be, if only I got unstuck, I would do whatever it took to get myself unstuck. If that's the investment in a flight, in a hotel, in a ticket, guys, compared to the potential of what's on the other side, I wouldn't leave that stone unturned. Nate, thanks for coming in here, brother.
I just say one more thing to that.
Yeah, go.
I want to say one more thing to that. Here's what I'm going to do for all you guys, because you guys are symmetry guys, right? This is open to the industry, but it's mostly like Quility, symmetry, B2B people that are in symmetry in our orbit. Save your receipt for your babysitter, your dog sitter, the pack of gum you buy at 7-Eleven, your Uber, your hotel, your airline, and save all those receipts. And if you come and you don't feel like you got that money's worth that you paid to be at the event, I personally will refund 100% of all your expenses. And the only reason I'm doing that is so that I don't want people coming there and have an expectation and go, man, it was really good, but I didn't get what I wanted to get out of it. And so I don't want people leaving that. And then thank God, knock on wood, in 30 years of doing that, I've never had anyone ask for their money back. So I think it speaks for itself. However, there may be somebody who just feels like, man, I just didn't get what I thought. So I'm more than willing to do that, because I don't want you guys to leave and to go back and go, oh my God, I can't get leads because I went to Nate's event. That's not going to happen, right? So you'll get all your money back, including all your stuff that you spent. The caveat is you can't come anymore, which is fine, but you can still get all the things that you got out of that. So I just wanted to throw that out to you as well. So And I'm going to put
love
the
it.
link in the chat. There's a direct link in the chat if you guys want to go there. And I'm going to also put my cell number on here. If you guys want to call me or ask me any questions about it, the event, or you feel like, hey, what am I really going to get out of it? You know, feel free to give me a ring. Just text me a bunch of times because as Jim is, our phones are busy and we may not see it right away. So I just thought put that in the chat too as well, sir.
Love it. All right, brother. Thanks so much.
I'm hanging on. I ain't going nowhere. I'm excited
All
about
right.
it.
We're about to jump into breakout rooms.
All
So I'm
right.
going to stop the recording.